free Ukraine.
Good evening. My name is Jill, and I wanted to come by.
Coming. The January.
My name is Jill, and I mean no disrespect. I just wanted to come by and say good evening to all of you. And I know some of you have been here a long time, and some of you don't have family that come and visit you anymore. So I actually kind of wanted to come by and say hi and give you a voice and see if there was anything that anybody wanted to say.
Means God.
I know some of you have been here a very long time. And like I said, you don't have family that come and visit you anymore. And maybe it doesn't bother you. Maybe you prefer it that way. But not me. I'd want to know that I was still thought about. So we're going to start with Ruthie Austin, August 18th, 1897 to September 10th, 1899.
25.
You weren't even two. And Nora Ferguson Austin. Is this your mom? 1857 to 1905. Ruthie and Nora. Oh, Cora. So sorry, that's Cora Ferguson Austin. This looks like the Matthews family plot. We've got Estelle Partee Randall Matthews. You were born in 1899 and you passed away in 1996. Walter, you were born in 1884 and you were here until 1973. Already? Flossie, 1888 to 1954. And Donnie, 1906 to 1931. Were you siblings? I feel like there's siblings.
It was.
And then another generation right here. Somebody's child right here.
Actually, a female.
A better handle.
Frank Sr. and Carrie Newman Hefner. Frank, you were here.
Older.
1872 to 1934. Carrie, you were 1886 to 1961. Precious Lord, take my hand. Father and mother. That's Frank and Carrie right there. And up here we have Frank Hefner Jr. Frank Hefner Jr. Private U.S. Army, World War II, January 1911 to 1978. Thank you, Frank, for your service. What was it like for you being in the Army? Can you describe that to me? What it was like being a private in the U.S. Army and in World War II.
Pause the.
Emily McClellan, 1911 to 2003, beloved aunt. James McClellan,
Few.
North Carolina PFC. Oh, I can't read it. It looks like it's World War II. Thank you, James, for your service.
Be here to win.
Johnny McClellan Glenn Sr. I don't know what SP.
Vladimir Putin.
U.S. Army, Vietnam. He died in 2003. Thank you, Johnny, for your service. Elizabeth McGlenn.
Shit too.
Walter of
Pistol Pete.
wife of Walter McGlenn. 1986 to 1983.
Pro fans.
And Walter,
Good people.
1884 to 1957. I've seen this headstone a lot.
Keeping it.
It's used a lot.
I did.
Daughter of G.B. and N.M. Ross, it looks like. 1916 to 1918. You lived almost 1 year. A few days short of 1 year. Gross. Not Ross. These are so hard to read. M.M. Gross. So you were a little girl. I can't read your name. Can you tell me what your name is?
Porridge farmer.
I can't read it. Let me get closer. J-O-N-M. Johnny. Looks like Johnny.
I did.
Johnny, you weren't even a year old.
Yes.
Are you really sick, honey? I'm so sorry. Private George W. Benson, Company H, 36, North Carolina Troops, CSA, November 8th, 1846 to July 14th, 1948.
Did it.
A gallant patriot and last living Confederate in Mecklen County. He was the last veteran of the garrison. Oh my gosh. The garrison of Fort Fisher, North Carolina.
Listen to.
Oh my gosh, I can't read the rest. It's kind of really hard to read. Maybe I can read it through my camera later. Private George Benson. You were the last living Confederate in Mecklenburg County. You died in 1948. Well, thank you for your service, George. I may not have agreed with what you fought for, but you did it with passion, I'm sure. And for that, you have my respect.
Melody.
You have my utmost respect. Another George Benson.
I did.
And there's someone screaming. Can you guys hear that person yelling? That doesn't sound very good.
1 million. To
Charles and Nina Cross. Charles, you were here 1881 to 1962. And Nina, 1890 to 1979. Nina, how old were you when you got married?
and
Nina, if you can hear me, I'd love to know how old you were when you got married. I'm just curious.
losing. This one's quick.
Henry Dennis Bird Jr. Henry Dennis Bird Jr., September 1927 to 1990. A loving memory. It's a nice way to be remembered. Alice B. Willard.
Dreamway.
Wife of Eugene Willard. March 19th, 1852 to 1928.
Shaman.
There are people fighting over here. It's totally distracting. As you get
What's
tired.
going on?
Carol L. Hurdle, 1873 to 1932.
Serving up.
Carol Ann Willard Hurdle. Is this your wife? 1881 to 1973. Married February 22nd, 1947. Children Barbara, Marcia, Robert, and Andrew.
Within.
Let's walk up here. I'm starting to get ate up by bugs. Have you guys seen any fireflies yet? Do you call them fireflies or do you call them lightning bugs? I saw a few outside my bedroom window the other night. It's kind of exciting.
To work.
D.W. Roberts. Strategies. 1886 to 1907. D.W. Roberts. Over here, Sue Roberts. You died 1909, aged 76 years. Gone but not forgotten.
To be able.
And over here, W.A. Roberts, 1836 to 1913. So we've got, that's a child, I believe. And then this is Dad. And this is Mom. Back when families all got buried together. People don't do that as much anymore. Reverend Morris L. Peabody, 1871 to 1962. Ethel Bruce Peabody, 1891 to 1956. Reverend Peabody, were you a reverend at this church? Oh, hi. Were you a reverend at this church? Was this your church right here? I know this church has a really long history. But I'm going to research if you were the reverend here.
I'm going to make the trip.
Part of a
If you were a reverend here, what year were you here?
and developing.
You might not even be here, but you Okay, Reverend Peabody, I'm going
Support each
to
other
assume you're not here, so I'm going to walk back here.
around us.
XM.
Julius and Mary Swink. Julius, you were born in 1875 and you died in 1917. And Mary, you were born in 1874 and you died in 1956. How did you guys meet? Can you tell me how you met? Can you tell me where you met? How did you guys come to get together? Sorry if I'm being too personal, but I'm just curious. Silence.
Even win. Stop the dissipator.
Father,
It's a
Robert Helms,
all
1858 to 1927. Gilbert Helms.
Strawberry.
Not Robert. I'm very sorry. Start over.
First, you know. Fights. The city.
Well, I'm kind of coming to the end here.
Age of your.
Lots and lots of
Thank you,
radio
Vic.
interference tonight. Don't know how much legit answers I'm going to get. Didn't feel like you guys were really into talking, and that's totally fine. I'm almost done. Port H. Wallach, 1866 to 1901. His wife, Maggie McLean, 1862 to 1907.
Standing there.
I'm standing here. I am. I am.
83.
Are you here with me? My name is Jill. And I've got a device in my hand. You can use this device in my hand to get across a message if there's anything you need to say.
He says,
Is there anybody in this cemetery that has anything that they want to say?
Can't make it.
I've got Got one more that I want to see over here.
When
We've got the Eatman family. We've got Edgar Eatman, L.A. Eatman, Zeb M. Eatman, and Rosette B. wife of E.A. L.A. Eatman. Rosetta, you died in 1948. Zeb,
At all.
1945. L.A., you died in 1910. You were 57. And Edgar, you left us in 1891. I want to thank you guys for letting me walk around. I'll ask again, how did you guys like the rain tonight? How do you like the rain?
could get themselves